Hey guys, so I have the Boxycharm Premium for the month of October for you guys. This is an unboxing and try on, so as always I will have timestamps down below. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on my social medias down below, especially my Instagram is the most that I'm active on, my beauty Instagram, if you guys want to catch me over there. And we're gonna go ahead and jump in. This is not a PR box. This is the one that I'm subscribed to myself. So first things first is the little card. I thought that this was super cute. It has like a little bloody hand and then all these candies because of Halloween, even though most of us won't be able to go out this year. So this is the version number 1 is what I got. I did get to choose, I think just one of the products. Yeah, I got to choose one of the products, and what I chose was the XOXO's Tinted Face Oil Foundation. It's actually the foundation that I have on right now. I feel like the shade that I picked matches me very, very well. This is $42. It's a light coverage foundation, hydrating, and it says that you can apply in as little as 10 seconds, breathable. It is supposed to give you like a healthy skin. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I do try it on in the try on portion for you guys, and I picked the shade 5.5, which is medium with olive undertones. So it says makeup meets skincare. So it's supposed to be like a 2-in-1, like a serum and, you know, like a foundation in one. It's very, very liquidy. So it's more of that serum-y kind of foundation. I don't know as far as the longevity, but I do like the way it looks on my skin. I feel like it looks very beautiful. I applied this with a brush and then kind of blended it out with a sponge just to make it look a little bit more natural looking. I felt with the brush, it kind of caked a little bit too much. So I definitely would apply with a sponge, but be careful because this does absorb quite a bit of it. So there is 1 fluid ounce is this. The packaging is super simple, just white with black. I had never heard of XOXO's or even tried it, but apparently they're in Sephora, so there's that. So it says the future of foundation, and so far first impression, I really like the way it looks. The shade is spot on, and I really like when they have that available, like you can pick a concealer or foundation to try out new, because I am one who loves trying those things out, so it's always like fun to try out. And they did have a good variety of shades available when you got to pick your choice products. And I always get asked, like, when does choice happen? Boxycharm doesn't have like a set date. It just like happens. It, you know, you follow them on their social media or on the website itself, it'll tell you when the next choice is, or when the pop-up is, or the add-ons, that kind of thing. You will see it on their website, or you can follow them on Instagram. They're always announcing what day it is or when it happens. Next thing in here is the Illuminati Cosmetics. This is Illuminati times Isa, or with Isa eyeshadow palette. This is worth $48. I don't know who Isabel Bedoya is, but apparently she did a collaboration with them, and this is $48. This is the palette right here. I will say I went into this not really expecting much, because I just got a product from this same brand from my Ipsy, and these were not that great. So I did give it a fair shot. It has a mirror. These shades look like so much fun, but you will see in the try on portion I did have some issues with it. It's not what I have on my eyes right now. What I have on my eyes is Pat McGrath, because I did not like the way that the look came together. I feel like the shades are very chalky. You're gonna see it in the try on portion. It took me a hot minute just to even build them up. The glitters in here, this glitter shade is literally just like pressed glitter in there. It doesn't have any kind of base or any kind of texture to it, kind of like the ColourPop ones have kind of like a jelly feel to them. This one does not. The shimmers in here are very reminiscent of this palette, where they're very chunky, and I had to wet these to get them to go onto my eyes, and even then they just did not apply right. So this to me was not good. Next thing in here is the The Murad Hydrating Toner. I did try this in the try on portion as well. This has a very nice clean smell to it. It's a hydrating toner. Murad is known for their skincare. This is worth $35 and I will be incorporating it into my skincare. Next is the Go-To Skincare Exfoliating Swipies. I love these kind of little wipes that help glow. They usually have exfoliation properties like AHA, which this one does. And it also has essential oils to help like keep your skin nice and soft. This is worth $35. I had never heard of this brand, but I will definitely give it a try. I love my little wipes. I have wipes that like this, exfoliating wipes from First Aid, that I really enjoy. So I will be putting these into rotation as well. Next thing in here is the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. This is an ultra fine pencil and styler. This is $20. I have to say, you'll see it in the try on portion, but I was really impressed by this. This actually has like a very thin pencil on one side. I got the shade dark brown, which is actually on my brows right now. You will see that there. I like that it's not way too dark, so it applies just very naturally. And then the really cool thing about this is the brush on this end, and you will see me use this in the try on portion. I feel like this is very innovative and different compared to like a lot of brow pencils that only have the spoolie at the end. So that little brush was very, very curious to use. And the last thing in here is what I have on my lips. It's the Laura Geller 50 Kisses Lip Locking Liquid Color. Say that 50 times. This is worth $21 and it says no more air kisses. It's supposed to be a soft satiny color. I do feel like this is super matte. You can see that on my lips. So I would definitely use a lip balm. I didn't use one today and you can really tell on my lips. You can see the texture through there. So usually with liquid lipsticks that are super matte like this, I usually use a lip balm underneath just to make it more comfortable for me. I actually didn't think that this was like supposed to be matte. It's supposed to be satin, but it is definitely super matte. I like the name of it, 50 Kisses. It kind of reminds me of the is it 50 Dates that there's a movie on? And this is in the shade Beige Bite. So that's the shade right there. And I don't think I have much from Laura Geller, so this was a nice addition to my collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the try on portion so you guys can see me try on I think almost all these products except for the exfoliation wipes. For the try on portion, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Murad Hydrating Toner. So I went ahead and just sprayed it a few times to get it to pump out, and we're just gonna spray it all over my face. That smells really nice and clean. It has, I don't know, let me see. Okay, so it has chamomile and cucumber, and that's probably what I'm smelling, but it smells nice and clean. I love the fact that it doesn't have alcohol in it, so it's not one of those toners where you feel like it's stripping away your skin. It feels really nice on the skin, so I will incorporate this into my routine. These right here are exfoliation wipes, so I'm just gonna leave those for using them at night because I'm not gonna exfoliate and then put foundation on. And I really want to try this right here. This is from Kosas. I don't think I've tried anything from them, but I was super curious and I was able to pick out my shade when I picked my choice for Boxycharm. And I was kind of like, I didn't know which one to choose, but I went for 5.5, which is medium with olive undertones. So hopefully this will go good on my skin. But this is a featherweight light to medium coverage foundation, deeply hydrating skin. So it says gently blend 2 to 4 drops into skin using your fingertips. So I don't know about all that. And this is what the little bottle looks like. It's just white. And oh yeah, it's very liquidy. It kind of reminds me of the Rare Beauty where it's super watery, like almost serumy. I am gonna go ahead and use a sponge. I'm not really a fan of using my fingers. You know what? I'm gonna apply some primer and then we'll put on this foundation. Okay, so I just have a little bit of primer on. I use the Dior Dream Skin. This stuff is really good, but it's so expensive. I got it from Influencer because I would not in my right mind buy a $120 primer. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just take some of this. Oh, okay, so it's like a little squeezy tube. I think I'm just gonna apply a few drops on the sponge and see how that goes. Oh, that's not going well. it absorbed directly into the sponge, like it literally just soaked in. And this is just a Wet n Wild one, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to apply this with a brush, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna apply some onto my little tray, and I would show you guys, but it's so watery that, and then I'm just gonna tap my brush in there and then apply it on and see how that looks. Yeah, that gives a lot more coverage. The sponge definitely soaks it all in because it's so watery and so serumy. That's one of the things that I really loved about the Rare Beauty foundation, is that it has a wand, so it makes application so much easier as far as like serum foundations go. Okay, so I feel like it's a really good match for my skin. I've gotten so good over the years of picking my foundation out. So I'm just gonna do half of my face so you guys can see. So no foundation, foundation. And it reminds me so much of the Rare Beauty one, where it's that natural coverage. It looks very luminous. It still lets your skin peek through, but it looks very, you know, like it gives you a little bit of coverage, but not too much. So some of your skin peeks through. Really, really pretty. This is like my kind of foundation when I want to look more natural looking. And then you could actually, you know, if you wanted a little bit of a sheer or to blend it in more, you could actually use your sponge then. But I do feel like you're gonna have to either apply a crap ton onto a sponge, or maybe let me see if I apply it directly onto my little tray, if I can pick it up with the foundation. No, yeah, it still comes out sheer if you go in with the sponge, because it soaks up so easily into the sponge. So I would definitely say maybe apply it with a brush and then go in with your sponge and maybe blend it out a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then we are gonna jump into the palette and the brow pencil and the lip gloss that are in here. And now we're gonna go ahead and jump into this palette. This is Illuminati times Isa. It says Isabel Bedoya, and I have no idea who that is. I know some of you guys get mad at me when I don't know who the person is, but there are so many influencers out there. There's like a million influencers. Like everybody and their mother is an influencer now. So yeah, so I don't know who she is, but probably I'll look her up after this. But her name is Isabel Bedoya, and she made up this palette, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. It has beautiful pastels down here, and then, you know, like this neutral row, and then this is just like a basic row of like beautiful glitters. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to play with these pastels, because I don't think I have pastels at all in my collection, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't think I really do. So I think those colors would be really fun to play with, like that purple and the blue and the green. We'll see if we can like do an eye look with all three of those. And I will say I don't have a lot of expectations for this palette, because I got this little one in my Ipsy that I pay for myself, and I do pay for this premium box myself, and I have to say the mattes performed gorgeous. Now these shimmers, I have to play with them again. They were chunky. I had to wet them to get them even pigmented on my eyes. They were crumbly. I had the worst luck with this little quad. So yeah, so I'm scared to see what this is going to be like. But this one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers, and then the rest of them are matte. And then this one's almost like one of those mattes that has a little bit of shimmer in them, but not like a real shimmer. So let's see if it's kind of like the same formula. Yeah, oh my god, even this purple is like only like a topper shade. Oh, it looks prettier on camera. But her mattes are really nice. I don't know why I said her, but the mattes from this Illuminati brand are really nice. They're kind of like really soft and blendable. Let me just stop talking caca and start working. Work it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started and play with the palette. So we're gonna go into Colombiana, which is this white, and just kind of set my eyebrow area. It's super sheer, almost like I can't even hardly see it. So, not impressed. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Addie. And I'm pretty sure that she named these, so it's something in regards to the creator. And then we're gonna use that as our transition shade. And these are very, very soft, so you have to build them up if you want them to look pigmented. Now that I've built that up, I'm gonna go ahead and start from the outer corner in, and I am going to take this shade, ooh, I don't even know where to start. I kind of want to use those pastel colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Purple Haze and see where this look takes me, and see if these are pigmented enough. Okay, so this is not hardly pigmented at all. And pastels are really hard to make, so I kind of get that they're not gonna be easy to make, but so far I'm not impressed. Okay, and then the next shade I'm gonna use is Riri, and I'm gonna use that in the center of the lid and just build that onto the purple. These are so sheer, it's not even funny, which makes me sad. I'm even gonna try to use my finger and see if that looks a little bit better. Okay, with my finger they're going on a little bit better, but still just like a wash of color. So you definitely have to build these up. And then I'm gonna use the shade Sour on the inner corner. Let's see if with my Sonia G it picks up a little bit better. For the under eye, I'm going to use this Azul, which is this beautiful blue shimmer, and see how that applies underneath the lash line. But these are definitely not as pigmented as I would like them to be. You definitely have to build. And when I mean build, just to get these pastels to look like that, it took a lot of effort that obviously I'm not going to put on camera because it would take forever for you guys to see what I went through to get them to that. But I definitely had to like pat with my finger, blend, pat with my finger, keep adding layers and layers, and not like 1 or 2 layers, like multiple layers. Just gonna be real with you guys, I hate this look. I just do not like it whatsoever. The eyeshadow looks so chalky and just so bad that I'm just gonna start over, and I am going to play with my new Pat McGrath. This is her holiday palette that I've been dying to sink my little hands into. I'm gonna play with this and I will come back. This palette is just gonna go to donation because I don't like the pastels in here. They're super chalky. This glitter looking thing doesn't even have like a base to it. It's just like loose glitter. The other shimmers are almost like really crusty, like almost like they're just gonna fall apart. I do not care for the formulation of this palette, so this palette is a fail. So I will be back to do the rest of my face once I restart. I went ahead and redid my makeup using the Pat McGrath. I love this look 10 times better. And we're gonna go ahead and use the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. This is in the shade Dark Brown, which really goes with my brows. I have really dark, natural brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what this pencil goes on like and just fill in one of them. I already have dark eyebrows. They're pretty much filled in, so I kind of just help the shape a little bit and fill in any spaces, basically. And let's see. But so far it's like a very, oh, this is a very different brush on the end. It's almost like a little flat brush, almost like the Artiste brushes. Oh, I like this for the brows. It blends in everything very, very nicely. More natural looking. So that is what one eyebrow looks like. I have to say I really enjoy this pencil. I like the fact that she did something innovative and different. Usually most pencils have the little spoolie at the end, and she did something completely different by doing this little brush at the end. And it really does brush them out nicely and just blends everything together. For my final thoughts, I have to say I don't know if I like this box. It's like I'm torn because I like everything except for the palette. It would have been like knocked out of the ballpark if I had liked the palette or another product had been put in here. Everything else in the box I really enjoy. So out of the 6 products, there's only one that I don't like, but it's a big one, it's a palette. So I don't really care for this brand. I feel bad because, you know, I really had high hopes for it, especially, you know, I didn't have good, you know, like a good chance with this. So I was like, maybe their big palette will be better, and I totally regret it. This is something that I would give away to someone. I wouldn't even give it away to someone. I would give it away to like a little girl to play with, or, you know, something like that. These shades are just not workable. The pastels in here suck. They're super chalky. The shimmers are very, you can just tell by the texture on there, the way they pick up is not really good. They don't apply really nicely, and you have to wet them, and even when you wet them, they kind of like become crusty and like kind of start separating on the eyelid. I do not care for this, and it's really sad because, you know, I always am okay with trying a new brand, and sometimes you fall in love with some of these brands that come in here, but sadly this just was not it. So this will be just I think I might just give it to somebody to give to like a child to play with for fun or something like that. But this yeah, this was a fail for me. Everything else in the box is something that I like. I'm going to continue using this foundation, see how I like it, but I do like my first impression on it. I'm always up for skincare, so the Murad and the exfoliation wipes are good. I was impressed with the brow pencil, and the liquid lipstick is something that I would use as well. So 5 out of 6 isn't too bad. I'm still getting my money's worth. Just for your information, premium is $35 a month, but you have to be subscribed already to the base box. I don't know if they've changed that or not. So yeah, it just sucks that the palette just anyways, let me know what your thoughts were down below. Do you like this brand Illuminati? Have you ever used it? I sadly, oh my god, and hopefully you guys will see this, what I'm talking about as far as like how chunky these shimmers are. So let's see if it'll you guys see that? It's just bad, and it's almost like it crumbles, and like when, I don't know why, like it'll swatch pretty, but then when you try to put it on the eye, it just, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to give it another shot, maybe use a glitter glue, see if it works a little better, but first impressions have not been good with that brand. Anyways, I'd love to hear down from you. I'd love to hear from you down below. Definitely follow me on my social media down below if you guys are interested, and subscribe if you're not subscribed if you like watching these unboxings, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.